Hello children, how are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing well. My name is Naresh. Welcome to our channel Physics Plaza. Children, in a previous session, we have solved a few numericals based on latent heat and heat absorbed, heat rejected, and even where power also involved. Today we are going to continue. We are going to continue the numerical, same session of numericals based on latent heat. Children, before start numericals, let me give you once again the clarity between. Children, here we have two expressions to calculate the amount of heat absorbed or amount of heat rejected. So let us take. Here is one is Q is equal to mc delta T. So this is formula, this expression which we use to calculate the amount of heat absorbed or amount of heat rejected. And we have one more expression for Q only. Q is equal to, we have ml. So this is also expression which we use to calculate the amount of heat rejected or amount of heat absorbed. But when we should use Q is equal to mc delta T, and when we should use Q is equal to ml. Children, please remember, this is Q is equal to mc delta T is used whenever there is a change in temperature without change in state. Example, it is given like this. So here is water at 20 degrees Celsius, let us say water at 20 degrees Celsius is heated so that it gets converted into water at 40 degrees Celsius. Water at 40 degrees Celsius. So for some amount like 5 grams of water, here also 5 grams of water. Then what is the amount of heat required? Q is equal to how much? Q is equal to how much? So in this case, there is no change in state. Here is water at 20 degrees Celsius only, water is at 40 degrees Celsius only. There is no change in state, rather there is a change in temperature. Then can go for mc delta T. When we should use Q is equal to ml, let me take one small example here. Children, there is a ice, let us say here is a ice. Here is a ice at 0 degrees Celsius is given, let us say 5 grams of ice. 5 grams of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. 5 grams of ice at 0 degrees Celsius is provided, is given some amount of heat so that it melts. So that it melts at the same temperature and gets converted into water. Here water at 0 degrees Celsius only. At 0 degrees Celsius only. So children, here there is no change in temperature, rather there is a change in state. So here we can use Q is equal to ml formula. Q is equal to ml to calculate the heat absorbed, whereas here you can use Q is equal to mc delta T to calculate the amount of heat rejected or amount of heat absorbed. Children, if you have this clarity, you will be good at the numericals based on the concept of latent heat and heat absorbed. Children, it is given that 150 grams of water at 50 degrees Celsius. Now, we are going to add some amount of ice at 0 degrees Celsius, to the water so that the temperature of water is reduced from 50 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. Then they are asking us to calculate the how much amount of mass. What is the mass of the ice is added to the water of 150 grams to bring its temperature from 50 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. Children, here what is happening? The temperature of the water is reduced. Means here what is happening? Water is losing the heat. First let us calculate the amount of heat lost by the water. So children, here step 1, what are we going to do? Let us consider the water of grams 150. Children, here is mass of water of mass 150 grams. Initially it is at 50 degrees Celsius. So it is going to be like water only, but which will be at 5 degrees Celsius. Children, is there any change in state? No, there is no change in state, but there is a change in temperature. Then how to calculate in this case the heat lost by the water? Q is equal to mc delta T. So let us calculate here. So heat lost by the water is equal to, it is mc delta T. We are going to use mc delta T. Children, what is given in a question? That's very important. So here mass of water is given 150 grams and specific capacity of water is given 4200 joule per kg. Let us write in terms of grams. So then it will become 4.2 joule per gram degrees Celsius. So that we will get a answer, that is the mass of ice in grams only. Then specific latent heat of fusion of ice is given. So that also let us express in grams only. So it is 336 joule per gram. So now let us substitute here the value. So here m is equal to how much it is? It is 150 into C is equal to how much? It is 4.2. And delta T, 50 minus 5. 50 minus 5, how much will be? 45. It is 45. So how much then? Here we get 28,350 joules. So this much amount of heat lost by the water to become water at 5 degrees Celsius, means in order to change from 50 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius, water has to lose 28,350 joules of heat energy. Then as water is losing, then who is gaining the heat? Yes, that is what? Actual ice. Ice is going to gain the heat energy. Now let us calculate the how much amount of heat is gained by the ice. But do you think that, dear children, 0 degrees Celsius ice directly will convert into 5 degrees Celsius water? It's not that. Means the total, they are talking 5 degrees Celsius means what? After addition of ice, the what resultant temperature, the mixture is 5 degrees Celsius. So which means what? Let us see. Step 2. In step 2, let us take ice. Children, here ice at 0 degrees Celsius. We expect that ice is at 0 degrees Celsius only. Initially, it melts and converts into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Water at 0 degrees Celsius. Water at 0 degrees Celsius. Then the water at 0 degrees Celsius, again it converts into water at 5 degrees Celsius. Water at 5 degrees Celsius. Water at 5 degrees Celsius. Children, here let us, so they are asking us to find out the mass of the ice added. Actually, we don't know that. That to be calculated. Let us suppose here m is the mass of the ice. So obviously here also mass m only, here mass m only. So now we have to calculate the amount of heat gained by the m grams of ice to convert into water at 5 degrees Celsius. So between here two stages are there. So let us calculate in this stage, dear children, how can we calculate the heat absorbed by the ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So look at here, there is a change in state, but there is no change in temperature. Then which formula we should use? Q is equal to ml. So Q is equal to ml. So here what is m? M is a mass of the ice to be calculated. L is what here? 336. So this will be 336 m joules we got. 336 m joules. Children, m is a mass to be calculated. Now here, so what is the amount of heat absorbed to convert water at 0 degrees Celsius to water at 5 degrees Celsius? Water at 5 degrees Celsius. Children, there is no change in state, rather there is a change in temperature. Then let us use a formula Q is equal to mc delta T to calculate the amount of heat absorbed. Here m is given, not given, that to be calculated. C is what? Specific latent heat of water, that is a 4.2. And here delta T is what? Change in temperature, 5 minus 0. So this will be m into 4.2 into 5 minus 0. So this will be how much, dear children? This will be 21 m joule. So let us say it is a Q2. Here let us say it is a Q1. The Q1. Children, QW is the heat lost by the water. And Q1 and Q2 is what? Total amount of heat gained by the ice to convert from 0 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius water. Now what we have to do in order to calculate the amount of mass is used in this case actually. Children, according to the principle of calorimetry, the heat lost by the hot body is equal to the heat gained by the cold body. Heat lost by the hot body equal to heat gained. So we are going to equate this value with the sum of these two values. Let us do that. Children, this is what actually we got, that heat lost by the water is 28,350 joules and heat gained by the ice, children, in order to convert 0 degree Celsius ice to 0 degree Celsius water is how much? 336 m. Again, from to convert 0 degree Celsius water to 5 degree Celsius water, it is 21 m. So this is total heat gained by the ice. Total heat gained by the ice. Total heat. So let us write like this. Total heat gained. Total heat gained by the ice it is. How much it is? 336 plus 21 m. So this will be 357 m joules. 357 m joules. Then according to the principle of calorimetry, heat lost by the hot body equal to heat gained by the cold body. So this is heat lost and here is heat gained. Heat gained. So let us write this is lost, heat lost, so that you also will have clarity. Okay children. Now let us equate these two. So this will be 357 m is equal to 28,350. 28,350. So this will be m is equal to 28,350 by it is 357. Yeah. Children, here we get approximately 79.4 grams. Children, m is equal to, so 79.4 grams of mass is needed to bring down the temperature of mass of 150 grams from 50 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay children, fine. Children, in the place of 150 grams, in the place of 150 grams of water, or suppose in the place of 150 grams of water, if you can take 170 grams of water, 170 grams of water, then this you will get as a 90 grams. This you will get as a 90 grams. Okay children, copy it. Children, in this question, it is given that 10 grams of ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius is mixed with 10 grams of water at 10 degrees Celsius. Then what will be the resultant temperature they are saying? Children, 10 grams of ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius and 10 grams of water at 10 degrees Celsius, both are mixed. Then what will be the resultant temperature? Children, let us assume that total ice will melt. Total ice will melt so that its temperature is raised to T. So T will be the resultant temperature. Children, we are assuming. Then how to calculate the resultant temperature? So in order to calculate resultant temperature T, children, first we need to calculate heat gained by the ice. Here as ice is added, it melts, it converts into water and its temperature raised to 2 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, the water is going to lose a heat. So individually we have to calculate heat gained by the ice and heat lost by the water. First let us calculate heat gained by the ice. So we are going to calculate first heat gained by the ice. Heat gained by the ice. Let us calculate by ice. So how to calculate it, children? Do you think that directly ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius will convert into water at 10 degrees Celsius? No, it is not that. So here initially what will happen here? First here ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius get converts into, let us say, here is ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius get converted into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Then this ice from 0 degrees Celsius will get converted into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Again from here water at 0 degrees Celsius to it get converted into water at T degrees Celsius. T degree resultant temperature, let us say. So this is what. So in each stage we have to calculate the amount of heat absorbed. Children, here is ice and it is also ice only. Here water at 0 degrees Celsius and here is water at 0 degrees Celsius. So let us calculate. In this case, let us say the amount of heat gained, let us say it is Q1. But Q1 means we have to calculate Q1. Should we use MC delta T or ML? Let us check. Children, here there is no change in state, rather there is a change in temperature. Then we have to go with MC delta T. So it will be MC delta T. So let us substitute the values. M value is 10 grams. C, specific heat capacity of ice is given 2.1. To change in temperature, 0 minus of minus 10. Children, 0 minus of minus 10 will be 10 only. So how much do we get here? We get it as a 210 joules. Children, so this much amount of heat is absorbed by the ice at a minus 10 degrees Celsius to convert into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Now let us calculate the amount of heat absorbed during this stage to convert 0 degrees Celsius ice to 0 degrees Celsius water. So let us say it is a Q2. Let us say it is a Q2. So children, here, look at here, there is no change in state, rather there is no change in temperature, rather there is a change in state. Then use Q is equal to ml. M is a mass, L is specific latent heat of fusion of ice, 336. So it is 10 into 336. So it will be 3360 joules of heat energy. Now in this stage, to convert, so the amount of heat absorbed to convert water at 0 degrees Celsius to water at T degrees Celsius. Children, we don't know this actually, to be calculated. So for this, Q3 is equal to, we need to use mc delta T. So M is given how much? It is a 10. C is specific heat capacity of water is given 4.2 into it is T minus 0. So what will be this much? It will be 42 T joules. 42 T joules. Children, when we add Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, we will get total amount of heat absorbed by the ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius to convert into water at T degrees Celsius. We are expecting, it is just assumption only. It is a one side, it is a heat gained by the ice. Now on the other hand, let us calculate the heat lost by the water. So here, let me calculate here. Heat lost. Children, here is heat lost by water. So let us see. So here, water at 10 degrees Celsius, it is water. Initially it is 10 degrees Celsius. Let us assume that it gets converted. Its temperature is reduced from 10 degrees Celsius to T degrees Celsius. 10 degrees Celsius to T degrees Celsius. So here there is no change in state, rather there is a change in temperature. Then how can we calculate the heat lost? That is Q is equal to mc delta T. Why? Because there is no change in state, only there is a change in temperature. So here is Q, means heat lost by the water, is equal to mc delta T. So here M is given 10. C is specific capacity of water is 4.2 into delta T 10 minus T, it is 10 minus T. So which is equal to 42 into 10 minus T. So this we can write it as a 420 minus 42 T is a total amount of heat lost by the water. Then in order to calculate T value, what we have to do? We have to equate heat lost by the water is equal to heat gained by the water, that is Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Children, you can copy this so that we can continue. Children, this is what actually total heat gained by the ice. So how much do we get? This will be 3570 plus 42T is a total heat gained by the ice. Then what about total heat lost by the water? Total heat lost by the water is equal to, it will be 420 minus 42T joules. So according to principle of calorimetry, the heat lost by the hot body equal to heat gained by the cold body, and we will assume that there is no heat loss to the surroundings. So according to that, it should be QW is equal to, it is Q ice. Heat loss by water equal to heat gained by the ice. Let us equate. So this will be 420 minus 42T is equal to how much it is? 3570 plus 42T. Children, get this 42T this side, x side, and take this 420 this side. So minus 42T, it will come this side also, it will be minus 42. So it will be minus 84T. So then it will be how much? It will be 3150. So then T is equal to how much? T is equal to 3150 by 84. Don't forget here minus. Don't forget. And here we get minus 37.5 degrees Celsius. It is quite surprising and shocking answer it is. Children, do you think that water can exist at a minus 37.5 degrees Celsius? No, it is not possible. Then which means what? Which means whatever the ice, 10 grams of ice which we are adding to the water is not melting completely. It is not melting completely. Then what will happen? Only some part of ice only melts. So then what happens? The result, the mixing of the water and ice will be at 0 degrees Celsius only. Children, I repeat once. So as we got T is equal to minus 37.5 degrees Celsius, what does it mean? It means that water should exist at this much temperature. So it is highly impossible. As it is highly impossible means what actually? Total ice is not melting. As total ice is not melting, there will be a combination of water and ice. So definitely that resultant temperature is 0 degrees Celsius only. Then here we get one doubt. Sir, as whole ice is not melting, then what is the amount of ice which is melting during this process? So let us calculate how much amount of mass of ice melts. Let us calculate. You copy this. Now we will calculate the amount of ice which melts. Means as we got answer like a minus 37.5 degrees Celsius, which means what actually? Total mass won't melt at all. Only some part. That some part, let us say small m only will melt. Still look at here. So once again, let us come back. So whatever the assumption which we made like a T degrees Celsius, it was wrong. So it's very clear that the entire the resultant temperature finally it will be at 0 degrees Celsius only. So according to that, look at here. So initially ice is at minus 10 degrees Celsius. So it will absorb amount of Q, let us say the Q1 is MC delta T. So here M is 10 grams, C is specific capacity of ice is a 2.1 and change in temperature 0 minus of minus 1 it will be 10. So it is as usual, again we got it is 210 joule only. 210. But dear children, this is 0 degrees Celsius ice. This is what actually you have to understand here. Entire ice is not going to melt, dear children. Entire ice is not going to melt. Only some part of ice only. Let us say m grams of ice will melt. M grams of ice only will melt. So that we need to calculate. So here 0 degrees Celsius ice to 0 degrees Celsius water only. But here only m grams only. Children, it's very, very important. Then how to calculate here? So here we can calculate Q2 is equal to ml only. But here m means, children, we should not take a 10 grams. Why? Whole ice is not melting. Only m grams of ice is melting. So here how to calculate the heat gained by the m grams of ice to melt from 0 degrees Celsius ice to 0 degrees Celsius water. So it will be m into 336. That will be 336 m joules. So children, if you can add Q1 plus Q2, you will get the total heat gained by the ice. Ice of what? From here to here, again here only m grams only. Another side, let us calculate the heat lost by the water to change its temperature from 10 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. So as there is no change in state, only there is a change in temperature. So here heat lost by the water, let us say it is MC delta T. So here m is what? Mass of the water is 10 grams. C is specific heat capacity of water 42 and delta T is what? 10 minus 0. So it will be 10 only. So finally this will get 420 joules is a heat lost. So let us equate in order to get the amount of mass which melts during this process. So let us equate the amount of heat lost, amount of heat gained. So that is QW is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Substitute the values. This will be 420 is equal to 210 plus 336 joules into m is there. Okay, get this 210 this side. So it will be, can we write like this? M into 336. Yes, we can write is equal to 420 minus 210. So, it will be 210. So, here m is equal to 210 by 336. Children, it is 210 by how much? It is a 336. So, how much we will get? It will be 0.625 grams. So, children, try to understand. Means only 0.625 grams of ice only melt out of 10 grams. Try to understand. Means if you can take here, it is 150 grams of water. So, here 10 grams of water, not 150, 10 grams of water. For this we added 10 grams of ice actually. So, out of the 10 grams only 0.625 ice melts. So, then how much? Let us say some portion is melt, some portion only melts. Then what is the remaining? Because children, sometimes they will ask what is what a mass of the remaining ice. It's very important. So, 10 grams minus 0.625. So, how much will get? Approximately we get it is 9.375 grams. Is it right? So, it is 375. Yes. So, 9.375 grams to be get. So, children, this is actually, children, once again I am saying you, it is not compulsory that whatever the ice which we are adding to the water to melt actually. Sometimes it may melt, sometimes it may not melt. So, in this case, why we got actually resultant like a temperature of the mixture is 0 degrees Celsius? The reason is that the total ice is not getting melted. Total ice won't melt actually. Only 0.625 grams of ice melts and the remaining one will be like a solid, like ice only. That is the reason. So, the resultant of this mixer will be always 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, children, copy it. In this question, it is given that a piece of ice of mass 40 grams is added to 200 grams of water at 50 degrees Celsius. Then they are asking us to calculate the final temperature of the mixture of that ice and water, let us say. So, what is given here? Specific heat capacity of water. Actually, it is given in kg, children, that we have converted into grams. The same thing with specific latent heat of fusion of ice also. We converted into gram just for sake of calculation, to make the calculation simple. That's it. So, here what actually given here? Look at here. Here is a water of mass. How much? It is 200 grams of water. So, here is 200 grams of water, which is at 50 degrees Celsius, children, 50 degrees Celsius. So, for this ice is added into this, children. Here is ice is added, mass of 40 grams, mass of 40 grams. Then what is the resultant temperature? Children, let us say the resultant temperature of this total mixture is, let us say, is a T. T is a resultant temperature. Then what we have to do it in order to calculate the T? Children, it's very simple again. Here we are going to again apply the principle of calorimetry. Heat lost by the hot water, heat gained by the cold water, cold body. Here what is a hot body? Water is a hot body, ice is a cold body. So, individually we have to calculate heat lost by the water and heat gained by the ice to melt and to change into T degree Celsius water. First, let us calculate the heat lost by the water. So, let us calculate first. So, here is solution. First, we are calculating heat lost by water. Heat lost by water. Heat lost by water. Let us say it is a QW. Heat lost by the water is, let us say it is a QW. Children, here initially water is at 50 degrees Celsius. So, we are assuming, what are we assuming? After like addition of ice, the temperature of water 50 degrees Celsius may be lowered to T degrees Celsius. So the temperature of water will be 50 degrees Celsius to T degrees Celsius. So, during this process, water will lose some amount of heat. So, what is the heat lost actually, that we need to calculate. So, look at here, 50 degrees Celsius water to T degrees Celsius water means there is no change in state, rather only there is a change in the temperature. So, let us calculate here. QW is equal to, which formula should we use? MC delta T. So m is given how much? M is given, it is 200 into specific heat capacity of water is given 4.2. It is 4.2 into delta T 50 minus T. 50 minus T. So let us calculate this. So it will be 840 into 50 minus T. 50 minus T. This will be 4200 or 000 will get. So now calculate the heat gained by the ice. Here we are going to calculate the heat gained by the ice. Heat gained by the ice. So here what is happening? Initially ice is at 0 degrees Celsius. Will convert into water at 0 degrees Celsius. From here we are expecting that its water temperature may be raised to T degrees Celsius. So it is 0 degrees Celsius, ice only it is 0 degrees Celsius converting into water, and then it is T degrees Celsius water only. So children, now we need individually, let us calculate the heat gained. So look at here, in this case there is no change in temperature, rather there is a change in state. So here Q is equal to ml. So here what is the mass of the ice is given? Mass of the ice is given 40 grams. It will be 40 into 336 joules. It will be 40 into 336 joules. How much it will be? We are going to get 13,440 joules of heat energy is absorbed to convert from 0 degrees Celsius ice to 0 degrees Celsius water. Now in this stage, so what is the amount of heat gained to change water at 0 degrees Celsius to water at T degrees Celsius? Children, here we use Q is equal to mc delta T. So here mass is how much? 40. C is specific heat capacity of water, that is 4.2 into delta T is what is, children? Delta T is T minus 0. So T minus 0 to be calculated. So this how much you will get? 4 2s are 8, 4 4s are 16. It is 168 T joules. Now we have to equate this energy, heat lost by the water is equal to heat gained by the ice. Let us equate each children. So it will be, so it is hot by the water. Let us say it is a Q1, it is Q2. So according to the principle of calorimetry, here QW is equal to Q1 plus Q2. So this will be 42,000 minus 840 T is equal to 13,440 plus 168 T. Let me just give a clarity here. 168 T. Now let us solve this. Children, how much do we get? Get this 13,400. This side it will be 42,000 minus 13,440 is equal to 840 plus 168. So it will become 1008 T. 1008 T it is. So then what we 28,560 is equal to 1008 T. So children, T is equal to it is 28,560 by 1008. Children, how much do we get? 28.33 degrees Celsius. So children, this is how we can calculate the resultant temperature when 40 grams of ice is added to the 200 grams of water at 50 degrees Celsius. Simple. Applying the principle of calorimetry, we have to calculate the heat lost by the water and heat gained by the ice. So let us equate so that we will get the final answer. How much we got here? 28.33. Copy it. In this question, even they are adding the calorimeter concept also, children. So till now, whatever the vessel in which we have taken water and ice, we have not considered the mass of the container, container, so that we have not calculated either heat lost by the container or heat gained by the container. But in this question, even they are asking us to consider even calorimeter also. It's a little bit different, but same concept. It is the same concept. So let me explain first here. They are saying that here is a copper vessel, the calorimeter. So children, what is a calorimeter? Children, a cylindrical vessel made up of with thin sheet of copper is called calorimeter, and it works on the principle. What is that principle? Principle of calorimetry, and it is used to calculate the heat gained or heat lost. So that is very important. So here, let us come to the point. It is a calorimeter of mass 50 grams. Children, it's very important. Please note down. It's mass of the copper is 50 grams. In this, water is taken. What is the mass of the water? It is given mass of the water is 150 grams. Children, 150 grams is the mass of the water taken in the calorimeter of mass 50 grams. So 50 grams is the mass of the calorimeter. 150 grams is the mass of the water. So in this, we are going to add some ice. So let us say some ice cube is added. To this, added some ice cube. So before that, it also given that the water temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. Water is at 32 degrees Celsius. Children, then what is the temperature of copper? Children, as copper has low specific capacity, it can attain the temperature of contents very easily. Which means what? So the temperature of water and temperature of calorimeter is same. So the temperature of calorimeter also 32 degrees Celsius only. So what actually is given that they are saying that when we add some amount of ice to this water of mass 150 grams, which is taken in a calorimeter of mass 50 grams, then the temperature is reduced from 32 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees. So the whole temperature 5 degrees Celsius. So which means what? Even container vessel also decreased to 5 degrees Celsius only. So in this case, what is happening, dear children? Water is going to lose a heat. At the same time, copper vessel also going to lose the heat. So individually we have to calculate the heat lost by the water, heat lost by the copper vessel. So then we will get total heat lost. After that, we are going to calculate the heat gained by the ice. Then we both can equate according to principle of calorimetry. Then we will get the mass of the ice which is used in this case. First, let us calculate the heat lost by the copper vessel. Children, first let us calculate the heat lost. Heat lost by calorimeter. So look at here. So here is calorimeter is like this. Initially its temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. Okay. So what is happening? The copper vessel won't melt, right? So it is not that. So here its temperature. So initially its temperature 32 degrees Celsius. Now it is becoming 5 degrees Celsius just because of addition of ice. So during this process, it will lose some heat. So that let us calculate Q is equal to mc delta T. Children, there is no change in state. So copper vessel is like copper vessel only, just its temperature is reduced. Okay. So mass of the copper vessel is given how much? 50, and specific capacity is given 0.4, and change in temperature 32 minus 5. So it's very important. 32 minus 5, it will be 27. This we get 540 joule. So this is the heat loss by the copper vessel. Now let us calculate the heat loss by the water which is taken in the calorimeter. That is the copper vessel only. So now let us say it is a Q1 is a heat loss by the calorimeter. Now let us calculate heat lost by water, so that this temperature reduced from 32 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. So here is, children, here is water only is getting converted, again it is water only, but difference is that here it is 32 degrees Celsius initially. So because of addition of ice, its temperature reduced to 5 degrees Celsius. So children, here is water and to water only. So there is no change in state, but there is a change in temperature. So we use Q is equal, let us say Q2 is equal to mc delta T. So mass is given how much, dear children? Mass is given 150 grams and the specific capacity of water is 4.2 and 32 minus 5, it will be how much? 27. In this we get 17010 joules of heat energy. So children, Q1 is a heat loss by the calorimeter, Q2 is a heat loss by the water. So we have to add Q1 plus Q2 so that we will get total heat lost by the hot body. So another hand we have to calculate the heat gained by the water. Let's calculate heat gained by the ice. Children, here initially it is at 0 degrees Celsius, then it absorbs the heat from the content, that is the hot water, might be from calorimeter also, then it will convert into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Children, it is ice and it is converting into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Again its temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to raised to 5 degrees Celsius. Look at here. Children, let me tell you once again, So what are the ice which is added in that particular calorimeter in which water of mass 150 grams is there. So what is happening initially? So the ice absorb the heat from the water, let us say even calorimeter also, and melts to water at 0 degrees Celsius. From here to here, its temperature is raised to 5 degrees Celsius. What actually they are asking? How much amount of mass is added? So here, dear children, let us calculate the heat gained, total heat gained by the ice in this process. So here there is no change in temperature, there is a change in state. So here we use Q, let us use the Q3 is equal to, it is ml. So mass is not given, of course, that to be calculated. So L value is given 336. So this will be 336 m joules of heat energy. It is. So in this case, let us say the amount of heat gained to raise temperature of water from 0 degrees Celsius to water at 5 degrees Celsius. So it will be mc delta T. So here m is equal to how much, dear children? Not given. C is what? Specific capacity of water we should take here. It is 4.2 and delta T is what? 5 minus 0. So it will be 5 only. 5 minus 0 is 5 only. So this how much you will get? 4.2, 21 m it will be. So 21 m joules. Children, if you can add Q1 plus Q2, you will get total heat lost. When you add Q3 plus Q4, you will get total heat gained. So from that we can calculate the m value. Let us equate both. Yes, so this is what actually we got. Children, heat lost by calorimeter plus water is equal to heat gained by ice. So that is Q1 plus Q2 is equal to Q3 plus Q4. Children, we got Q1 is 540, Q2 is 17010 and Q3 is 336 m and Q4 is 21 m actually. So this how will be 17,550 is equal to, this is 357 m. So m is equal to how much, children? M is equal to 17,550 by 357. So here we get approximately, it is 49.1 grams of ice. 49.5 grams of ice. So children, this is what actually we have to calculate. Children, I repeat once, in this question especially, the calorimeter also is involved. So we have to calculate the heat loss with the calorimeter and heat loss with the water. We have to calculate. So which is equal to the heat gained by the ice. So then we get the amount of mass which is needed to reduce the temperature from 32 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. Children, here a small task, you can do it. If specific latent heat of fusion of ice is given 330, that is joule per gram, then can calculate how much amount of mass. Same question, everything is same, but the difference is that if here we have taken actually 336 we have taken, but sometimes in a textbook or in, in an examination, sometimes it may be given 330 also. Don't get confused, everything is same, but instead of 336 you have taken 330. So how much you get, dear children? You calculate and you should get 50 grams you must get. If the specific latent heat of fusion of ice is 330, then the amount of mass required will be 50 grams. Okay children? Children, this is a similar question what we have done just before. The difference is that before it was mentioned calorimeter, but now it is mentioned just copper vessel. Otherwise everything is same, So what actually given? It is given that here is a copper vessel, it seems. Here is a copper vessel of mass 50 grams in which water of 250 grams is taken, and its temperature is at 30 degrees Celsius. So its temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. Dear children, as the temperature of the water is 30 degrees Celsius, obviously the copper also will attain the same temperature of the content. So its temperature also 30 degrees Celsius only. Now what are they saying here? So here they are asking us to add some amount of mass, some amount of ice, let us say mass is m, is added, so that the temperature is what is brought down to 5 degrees Celsius, So the temperature of copper vessel is going to bring down to 5 degrees Celsius only, and water also 5 degrees Celsius only. So here water and copper vessel together they are going to lose the heat, and ice is going to gain the heat. So we have to calculate individually heat loss by the water, heat loss by the copper vessel. Let us calculate children here. First let us calculate heat lost by copper vessel. Let us say it is a Q1 is equal to children, here there is no change in state, copper vessel to copper vessel only. So let me take one second. It's a copper vessel. Its temperature is from 30 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. So here how to calculate heat lost? Q is equal to mc delta T. So here Q1 is equal to mc delta T. Children, here mass of the copper vessel is given. How much? It is 50 grams. And specific heat capacity of copper vessel is given 0.4. And its temperature 30 minus 5, temperature difference, so it will be 25. So children, this you will get 500 joule is a heat loss by the copper vessel. Now let us calculate heat loss by water. Heat lost by water. Let us say it is a Q2. So here also what is happening, dear children? Here let us say here is water at 30 degrees Celsius. Its temperature is brought to 5 degrees Celsius. So there is a change in temperature but not change in state. So here we have to use mc delta T only. That is Q2 is equal to mc delta T. So this how much do we get? It is a 150 is a 150 or what? So sorry, 250 is the mass of the water. 250 grams into it is 4.2 is a specific heat capacity of water, and change in temperature 30 minus 5 it will be 25 only. So this will get 26,250 joule. So 500 joule is heat loss by the copper vessel, 26,250 is a heat loss by the water. Then what is the total heat loss, children? So total heat lost is equal to Q1 plus Q2. So is equal to how much we will get? 26,750 joules. Children, this is a total heat lost by the calorimeter and water. This is a total heat lost. On the other hand, we have to calculate the heat gained by the ice. So when we equate both according to principle of calorimetry, then we get the mass of the ice. Let us calculate that. Now let us calculate heat gained by the ice. So initially ice is at 0 degrees Celsius. We will absorb, let us say some Q3 amount of heat is absorbed, so that melts and convert into 0 degrees Celsius water. It is 0 degrees Celsius water, and here is ice, and again 0 degrees Celsius ice water to 5 degrees Celsius water, So during this process, what is the total heat gained by the ice we need to calculate. So look at here, there is no change in temperature, but there is a change in state. So we have to use Q3 is equal to ml. Q3 is equal to ml. Whereas here, there is a change in temperature, but there is no change in state. So here, let us calculate Q4 as mc delta T. mc delta T. Yeah. Children, m value to be calculated, m into 336. Children, actually it is given 336 into 10 power 3 joule per kg. We are taking into grams. So this will be heat gained from 0 degree Celsius ice to 0 degree Celsius water. And here it will be m into, C is what? Specific heat capacity of water. It will be 4.2 into change in temperature 5 minus 0. It will be 5 only. It will 5 only. So children, how much will get? 5 2s are 10, 5 4 20. So it will be 21 m we will get. 21 m will get. So now let us calculate total heat gained. Total heat gain will be Q3 plus Q4. So when you add these two, you will get 357 m joules. M joules. So children, in order to calculate the m value, what we have to do? We have to equate heat lost is equal to heat gain. Let us equate. Here it is, according to principle of calorimetry, heat lost equal to heat gain. Heat gain. So this will be 26,750 is equal to, it will be 357 m joules actually. So m value to be calculated. So here m is equal to 26,750 by it is 357. So this we get 74.9 grams of ice. So children, 74.9 grams of ice is needed in order to bring the temperature of mass of water 250 grams from 30 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. So this is how actually we can calculate. Dear children, now we are going to solve a very simple and interesting question. Let us see what actually given. Children, it is given that here is a block of ice. Let us say its mass is capital M. Its mass is capital M. We don't know that. Capital M is a mass of the ice block. And they are saying that for this ice block, a small hole is made. Like hole is made. Like this hole is made. And a water of mass M at 100 degrees Celsius is poured into this hole. So obviously what will happen, dear children? So obviously some amount of ice melts. So it is given that 2 kg of ice melts when water at 100 degrees Celsius is poured in a hole drilled in a block of ice. Then they are asking us to calculate what was the mass of water, used in order to melt only 2 kg of ice. So here children, ice is going to gain the heat obviously, and the water at 100 degrees Celsius is going to lose the heat. Again we are going to use the concept of principle of calorimetry. First let us calculate the heat gained by the ice. But here how much mass we should take? 2 kg it is given. So out of this whole mass M, only 2 kg mass only melts. So here let us calculate heat gained by ice. Heat gained by ice of mass 2 kg only. Of mass 2 kg to melt. 2 kg to melt. So here that initially it is expected to be at 0 degrees Celsius. So 0 degrees Celsius ice is melting into 0 degrees Celsius water. Children, so how much amount of ice? Only 2 kg is melting into 2 kg of water. It is at 0 degrees Celsius only. So children, then how to calculate the heat gained by the ice in this case? There is no change in temperature, but there is a change in state. So we use Q is equal to ml. Q is equal to ml. M is how much? 2 kg. That is 2 into L is given how much? 336 into 10 power 3 joule per kg. That is 336 into 10 power 3 joule per kg. So how much do we get? This will be 2 6 are 12, 2 3 6, that is 7, 672 or else 6.72 into 10 power 5 joules. Only we have to write here is joules. We have to write. Children, this is the amount of heat gained by the 2 kg of ice to melt. Only 2 kg, not whole ice, dear children. Only 2 kg ice. To melt 2 kg ice, this much amount of heat is needed. From where it will take? It will take from the water. So, the water temperature is going to reduce, which means what? Water is going to lose the heat. Now, we have to calculate the heat loss by the water also. Let us calculate the heat loss by the water. Now, let us calculate the heat loss by the water. So, here what is happening? Water at 100 degrees Celsius to water at 0 degrees Celsius. So, there is no change in state. Rather, there is a change in temperature. So, here we have to use Q is equal to mc delta T. So, let us say it is a Q lost by the water. So, m is not given, that to be calculated. M into C value is 4200. Yes, delta T is how much? 100 minus 0. It will be 100. It will be 100. So, children, can we write like this? 4.2 into 10 power 5 m joules. Yes, we can write. So, children, this is the heat gained by the ice. It is a heat loss by the water. So, according to principle of calorimetry, heat lost equal to heat gain. So, it will be heat lost equal to heat gain. So, let us equate. Heat loss is equal to is given here. 4.2 into 10 power 5 m is equal to, children, m is the mass of the water to be calculated, is equal to 6.672 into 10 power 5. So, here 10 power 5 gets cancelled. So, m is equal to 6.67 by 4.2. So, this you will get 1.6 kg. 1.6 kg you will get. So, children, 1.6 kg of water at 100 degrees Celsius is needed to melt the ice of only 2 kg. Only 2 kg. Okay, children, do it. Children, now we are going to solve a very simple question, and don't get confused why after 12th question, 14th question we are going. Children, in a previous session only we covered 13th question. You can refer that session. So, children, in this question what they are asking? Here the mass of ice is 1 kg. Initially it is at minus 10 degrees Celsius. It is completely getting converted into water of 100 degrees Celsius. Water at 100 degrees Celsius. For this total process, it is taking 7.77 into 10 power 5, we can write like this, 10 power 5 joules. Total heat absorbed will be 7,77,000 joules of heat energy is required, or it absorbed to convert into minus 10 degrees Celsius ice to 100 degrees Celsius water. Then they are asking us to calculate the specific latent heat of fusion of ice. So, children, it's like we have done so many numericals based on this concept. So, direct ice at 10 degrees Celsius, minus 10 degrees Celsius won't convert into 100 degrees Celsius water. So, what happened? Initially, ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius will change into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So, during this process, the amount of heat required, let us say Q1. Here is a Q1 is a amount of heat required. So, how to calculate here? Which formula should we use? Q is equal to ml or mc delta T. Look at here. There is no change in state. Rather, there is a change in temperature. So, go for mc delta T. See here, C means specific heat capacity of ice. Don't get confused. Specific heat capacity of ice. So, it will be mass is given 1 kg. Specific heat capacity of ice is given 2100. Children, here 0 minus of minus 10, it will be 10. So, it is a 10. So, this Q1 will be 21,000 joule will get. So, this is the amount of heat required to change ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius to ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Fine. Now, here let us see the amount of heat energy required in this stage is a Q2. Here there is no change in temperature, rather there is a change in state. So, Q is equal to ml, we have to use Q is equal to ml. What is L here? Specific latent heat of fusion of ice to be calculated. It's very important. So, m is given how much? It is 1 kg only it is given. So, it will be directly, it is a L. joules of heat energy. Now, let us calculate Q3. In this stage, the amount of heat required to change water at 0 degrees Celsius to water at 100 degrees Celsius. Children, there is no change in state, rather there is a change in temperature. So, here we use MC delta T. Children, here C is what? Specific heat capacity of water. So, here mass is 1 kg. Specific capacity of water is given 4200. Change in temperature 100 minus 0, it will be 100. So, here we get 420000 joule. But here Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 will be what? Total amount of heat absorbed is given. So, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 should be equated to this value. Then we will get a L value. Let us see here. So, how we are going to calculate the L value? Yes, it is given Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 is equal to 7,77,000 joules of heat energy. So, Q1 is equal to it is 21,000 plus L plus it is 42,000,000 is equal to 7,77,000. So, let us add each. So, it will be L plus it will be 441,000 is equal to 7,77,000. So, from here L is equal to what do we get? 7,77,000 minus 4,41,000. So, this will be how much, dear children? This will be 336,000. So, here L is equal to so 3,36,000 joule per kg. This we also can write 3.36 into 10 power 5 joule per kg. So, children, this is how we can calculate the specific latent heat of fusion when total amount of heat required absorbed is given. So, it is a stage wise Q1, Q2, Q3. Then we can add all this thing and we can equate to the total amount of heat is given and we will get the final answer. Children, in this session, last numerical, not in this session, in entire calorimetry. So, this is the last numerical which we are going to solve. So, it's a very simple and quite interesting also. So, what is given here? 200 grams of ice at 0 degrees Celsius converts into 0 degrees Celsius water in 1 minute. Then they are asking us to calculate what will be the time taken to convert 0 degrees Celsius water to 20 degrees Celsius water. But the condition is given that if the heat is supplied at a constant rate, whatever the heat which we are supplying is a constant rate. Children, the rate of heat supplied we can call as the power. So, in a first case, the rate of heat supplied is equal to power in the second case, that is the rate of heat supplied. Children, we know that P is equal to the Q by T. Yes, we know that. So, according to that, so can we write like this? So, it is given P ice in the sense in this first case, so equal to the power, the rate at which we are supplying the heat equal. So, this we can say that is a Q by T. Q is what? The heat absorbed in this case, that is a Q1. So, it will be then Q1 and time taken will be T1. So, here in this process, the heat absorbed is a Q2. Then the time taken will be T2. That will be Q2 by T2. So, how to calculate Q1 here? Children, there is no change in temperature, there is a change in state. So, we have to calculate it is mL by T1. So, L is specific latent heat of fusion of ice is equal to. So, Q2 is what here? There is a change in temperature, but there is no change in state. So, we use it is mC delta T by T2. Actually, T2 to be calculated. Children, here before going to substitute the values, m gets cancelled. So, let us interchange the terms. So, we have to calculate T2. So, here T2 is equal to, so we will get C delta T into T1 by, we will get L ice we get. So, substitute here, C is what? Specific capacity of water is given 4.2 into delta T is what actually 20 minus 0, it will be 20 only. T1 is given how much? 1 minute. So convert into seconds, that is 60 seconds by it is 336. 330. Children, this we get 15 seconds is a time, children. So this is how actually we can calculate the time in a second case. Okay children, this is what actually we have discussed. So far we discussed the concepts of calorimetry and we have discussed almost all exercise numericals we have discussed. In next session we are going to meet with a new chapter. Just let us wait for that. Thank you so much. All the best.